Soulja Boy versus Metro Boomin, 21 Savage versus Soulja Boy, The Game versus Rick Ross, and girl, the state of the economy versus working class people. We are all beefed out. Get us a vegan burger at this point.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What is going on, you all? We have got to talk about all the beefs that are going on since Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I know y'all haven't seen me in a minute, y'all. As y'all can see, I've made some changes. Changing faces. We got a couple of things to talk about. Like, there is so much going on. Like, everybody is trying to capitalize off of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef that, oh, I got an issue with you. I got an issue with you. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, some of the industry has even came to me. Like, give me that, period. So we got all these folks beefing. We got 21 Savage clapping back at Soulja Boy because Soulja Boy has said some stuff to Metro Boomin, and Soulja Boy is just gonna do what he's gonna do. Like, Soulja Boy, I feel like, has not grown up. I feel like Soulja Boy is still acting as if he is in his Air Force Ones and his big white tall tee that he didn't got out of Champs. And he is still in Mississippi, and ain't nothing wrong with Mississippi, but I feel like Soulja Boy is still stuck in that time frame, that era, and where he was. Like, he's still stuck in that. Like, he is seeing the limo pull up to him, and he's coming out with the stunner shades with his name on it. It's like, Soulja Boy, it's time to grow up. So let me bring y'all up to speed of what is going on. Metro Boomin was clocked in for the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef that his BBL Drizzy has gotten a lot of attention from him promoting it and telling folks whoever has the best verse, you get a free beat, you win $10,000, all of that other stuff. So while Metro Boomin was taking all these shots at like Drake, people started to go through his old tweets, and it was a lot of questionable things. He was joking at the time, him being like, I think like a teenager. He was making some of the jokes were very, very inappropriate, and I'm not understanding like why men thought that at any time thought that stuff was funny. Like, he was out. He was doing the most, and people started calling him Metro Grooming. And like, how are you going to talk about Drake and you got all this stuff going on, like all these things that you were saying, and he was saying some very questionable stuff. So there were some tweets that he was talking mess about Soulja Boy. He was like, girl, y'all working with Soulja Boy, I'm working with like this known rapper. Like, we ain't the same type of energy. While he was also messaging Soulja Boy, trying to like work with him. So Soulja Boy got whiff of this and came online and was talking mess, was saying very disgusting things about Metro Boomin. And granted, this tweet that Metro Boomin had posted was like probably like 10 years ago. And you got Soulja Boy like fully active. Like, nah, bro. Like, he was saying some very disgusting stuff. Like, this was around Mother's Day. He had posted and said, yeah, you sacrificed your mother. And you like, that's what you did. And then like, no, screw your mama. Like, people were telling him like, Soulja Boy, this ain't giving. So no, ain't nothing too far. Like, until he delete that tweet, he gonna see about me. So he was talking a lot of mess. And it got posted on one of the blogs on Instagram, and 21 Savage like responded and was like girl, like, what's going on? Like, we got to take care of this. Like, what's the tea? And Soulja Boy was like, girl, I'll smack both of y'all. Like, I don't care. And 21 Savage being 21 Savage is like, bet, like, we gonna see. So now we fast forward today, and we see Soulja Boy has now apologized, and he's came out and he said, like, I want to apologize to Metro Boomin. I don't want to be in negativity anymore. And sorry for being disrespectful, like about his mother and all the other stuff. This is the first time we've seen Soulja Boy like apologize online. This is not the first time I've seen a man put Soulja Boy in his place. Remember when my girl, y'all know my girl, what was my girl name? I'm so disrespectful. Whatever her name was, Miss Disrespectful, and her boyfriend, husband, whatever he is this week, was on that throwaway show for the celebrities when they going through relationship stuff. She was on this show with her boo, and Soulja Boy had said something disrespectful. He had talked crazy to his girl, Miss Disrespectful, and Miss Disrespectful had, said, "Who you? I'd beat your head." Like, she was going off, and he got up. Like, her boyfriend got up and was like, Soulja, don't play like that. Like, bro, you don't know what you own, but like he came to him like man to man. And Soulja Boy got hemmed up in that moment and he like toned it down. Like he toned it down. He is like this bratty ass child that is cutting up. He reminds me of like this guy that I was in this algebra class, and he was just always like doing the most to get attention. And the moment that we had like assistant principal come in and stuff, he would like tone it down. It's just like, girl, like what is going on? Like, why is all this necessary? Like, bro, calm down. Like, what is you doing? So the reason why I was even more disrespectful is because Metro Boomin's mother is no longer alive. And for Soulja Boy to be like hitting towards that and doing all, it was just so unnecessary. And it wasn't something that happened recently where Metro Boomin was saying some stupid stuff. This was like 10 years ago. But like I said again, Soulja Boy is still stuck in that I'm a new person to the scene. Like I just got rich. And it's like, Soulja Boy, you don't have money. Like you are not coined up. A judge has told you to cut your finances down because you owe a victim who has taken you to court for the harm that you have caused them. So while you sitting here saying Metro grooming, you need to be dealing with your own stuff. Like you got your own stuff that you need to be dealing with and working on. Like you need to be paying for, you know, this woman that you have harmed. Like you are out here like getting on Metro Boomin, and you need to be getting on your own self. And as we go on in this conversation, there are so many other men. There's so many other men that are dealing with the same thing. And it's just like, girl, y'all got a lot to work on. Like it is a mess. So moving on to now, we are talking about The Game. The Game has been taking shots at Rick Ross. He put out a diss track and Rick Ross was just not interested. Like Rick Ross responded, was like, bro, I know you broke. I know you need some money. You need some money, don't it? And I'm not finna get into this. Like I'm not finna like get into this drama with you. And I'm just not gonna be dealing with this. Like you need me to give you attention for you to get some clout and for you to make some money. I'm just not interested in it. And Rick Ross is just not, he's not interested. Now, some folks are saying that The Game might be trying to even defend Drake or whatever. I had no idea that Rick Ross and The Game even had beef. I didn't even know anything about that, but all these men are messy, very messy, Mexican messy boots. You got The Game making all these jokes about Rick Ross and like, oh, you about to have a heart attack, like you fat, da da da, like Wingstop jokes and fat jokes, and it's just not giving. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, like The Game, the girls got a lot of questions for you in your relationship with Ruby Rose and your relationship with this other girl who was a minor that you was in the park, you know, smooching up with when she was allegedly like 17. Like they have you on like candid camera. Like they got you on candid camera. And you around here doing all this, and I'm like, girl, all y'all are like actively exposing yourselves. Like all of y'all are like, you know. And I was watching T Noir, and shout out to her, who was talking about that. Have we ever seen where in rap battle beef, in the history of it, have we ever seen like men like, who is the worst man? Like, who, you worse than I am, you worse than I am. Like it's never happened like that. It was always like, I am worse than you, like you like doing this and I ain't doing that at all. It was the complete opposite, and it looks like it's changed. But at the same time, like women are still being disrespected because it's like an abuse off. It's like neither one of them care about it because they still surround themselves with folks who are doing the same things, but they're using it as like a gotcha moment because of social currency of like who is more removed from doing harm, like who is more aware of the things. And these celebrities need this. Like the celebrities need to be perceived as these quote unquote good men while also not being good men or good people. Like they're not doing the things. It's very performative. And you see this with like The Game is coming out like taking shots at Rick Ross and all this other stuff. It's like The Game, you got so many other things to be worried about. Like you have allegations of your own, and you sit here like bringing attention to that when nobody's been interested in hearing from you. But it's like nobody's been interested in hearing anything from The Game. Nobody's checking for The Game right this in this moment. But he is bringing attention to that. Moving on to Diddy's son, King, who was taking a shot at 50 Cent. and other folks who was making fun of Diddy and saying no Diddy and all the rappers and stuff. So now you got King out here putting out this diss track, like basically telling on himself and saying, "Oh, y'all went and look for stuff in the house. We bought the other house, and the stuff is in the other house." And it's just like, girl, first of all, y'all don't have that type of money like that. Y'all ain't got that type of money. Like Diddy is bleeding money at this point, bleeding it. He's bleeding not only money but social capital and social currency, and he needs it because Diddy's whole thing is marketing, and he's not good for the market right now. So he's been dropped from a couple of things, and he can't go and be this marketing like person and using his style and his celebrity to sell things anymore right now. And that's the biggest thing that he had, besides like owning these folks contracts and effing them over and stuff. But that was his bread and butter, like his, aesthetic and his like way to be able to sell his aesthetic, to make him money, like to companies, like, okay, I'm the culture, like if I'm signing off on this is it has to be good. And Diddy has no access to the right now. So we had kind of moved on, not necessarily, but we were not talking about Diddy and the things and the lawsuits and all the other stuff. We kind of just, it kind of toned down a little bit after the raid. But now, since King came out and put this song out, we are now refocusing on it. Like, we're back talking about it. We're back having a conversation about it. And this is like, sister, is it necessary when the song is not even good? Like, the song is not good. You got even Charlemagne dragging the song and just saying that the worst thing that Diddy could have did was told him, "Don't stop, won't stop." Like, King, you're not a bad boy. We can't take you serious. Like, we cannot take you serious. And honestly, I don't feel bad for y'all. Like, you're putting yourself even more in harm's way with this whole conversation. It's just like, girl, like, y'all are really screwed. Y'all are really, really screwed. And you still young. Your daddy, like, he ain't no spring chicken. And he, like, his social capital has burnt out. So at least you would be able to, like, benefit from the, like, I was not a part of this, but you can't even say it from the stuff we say. It's just not making sense. It's like these are not paying attention. They're not aware. Like, they are just not aware of the things that are going on, and it's just causing them a lot of issues. So you got, King has, with this diss track, has brought more attention to Diddy again. Like, folks are not going to stop saying no Diddy. As much as I hate it, I can't stand it because it's like, it's really just homophobia. It's like the Paul stuff. None of this stuff is about actual consent and harm. It's about, okay, you can be harmful, but you can't be gay. That is the culture. That is the culture. So it just seems like everybody is beefing, and I ain't even done. Moving on to, you got even Meek Mill taking shots at 50 Cent. So you got King versus 50 Cent, and Meek Mill versus 50 Cent. And Meek Mill, like, sister, it's not working. Like, whoever's running Meek Mill's Twitter account, stop. I don't want to believe this is Meek Mill running his Twitter account, but his, like, it's just, oh my gosh, he's been in a PR crisis forever. He's been in a PR crisis ever since, like, him and Nicki broke up. Like, the whole situation with him and Drake, it just has went downhill for her. Like, Meek Mill's, like, it's just, you're slipping and falling off like ice and stuff. Like, you having goofy moments. It's just, I don't know, like, I don't know. He's like a big kid, like a big child, and I just want her to figure it out. Like, girl, get it together, sister. And 50 Cent is like, taking shots at both of them, like, not really caring. 50 Cent is not finna get in the studio and diss none of these folks. Like, 50 Cent got BMF and everything else that's going with them, this stuff and these network stuff. Like, 50 Cent is not interested in that. Like, he's just not finna get it. It makes no sense for him to even get into any of this. Like, it's just like, girl, like, he said a couple things on Instagram, took some shots at them, and it was just like, that was it. Like, made them look stupid. Because they do look, both of them look stupid. Both of them look stupid. Like, King Kong, like, oh, and then you got Meek. It's just, girl, what's going on? Like, you got all these men beefing. Like, all of these men. And it's just like, all of them have, like, serious, like, things, like, going on. It's just like, you would think they would just shut up. You would think they would just shut up, but none of them want to shut up. It's just been very funny to watch. It's been very hilarious to watch, because it's like they just have no awareness of the things that are going on. But these are my thoughts. I just want all of them to shut up. Rick Ross is not interested. Like it's just not. It's like everybody's trying to benefit off of the Drake and Kendrick thing, and it's ended. Now everybody want to like capitalize off of beef and stuff. And it's just not happening because y'all not really saying anything, and y'all are not really talented. And considering how Kendrick's songs are at the top of the charts, like girl, we already got what we needed. Like we got some cute bops, some cute songs and stuff. Like that is the movement right now. I would not. I would be not doing anything like this right now because you look stupid. Like we're burnt out. Like this Kendrick and Drake stuff has went on for like a month. Like it went on like a month. Like we have enjoyed the little stuff and we got what we needed. We have dissected it. We're having conversations about it. All the other stuff. We're on the out of it. And now y'all trying to have more beef, and it's from folks that have no social currency. So it's like, sister, we're beefed out. Maybe go get a chicken Caesar salad, or maybe get you a vegan burger, get you a Beyond Beef burger or something. But girl, we're not interested in any beef from y'all because honestly, the beef that y'all selling us is over processed, and we have restrictive diets. Period.